Hello friends, and welcome to The Hanged Man in the Moon. I decided to hop on today because I got this in the mail a little while ago, actually some time ago. It is the Tarot of the Unknown, the final printing, and it was a Kickstarter. And I haven't seen much love given it on the tarot tubes, as they say. So I thought I'd hop on and give it a little love. Now, it isn't a complete unboxing. You can see it's out of its box, but I haven't actually opened it yet. So it is a fresh walkthrough. But from what I recall, the creator, Chris Smith, created a very cute and quirky and somewhat on the lines of perhaps like the Mons Tarot deck. But this is the third printing. This is the third edition and final edition. So if you're curious about what it looks like, if you've never seen the first or second edition, or if you've seen them and want to see what the new one and last one looks like, stay tuned and let's take a look together. So friends, as I mentioned, this isn't really an unboxing per se, but it is a first time walkthrough. And so here we have the book and we have the deck and I think something else inside this lovely bag. This is a bag that came with the Kickstarter and I love it. It's beautiful. It's a nice cotton drawstrings match beautifully. Here is the back with the name, Tarot of the Unknown. And, well, actually, this is probably the front. And here is probably the back with some images from the deck, I believe. Here we have, let's see, oh yes, do you see this figure? This is, I'm sure, one of the figures from the book. But before we look at the deck, let's take a look at the book for just a moment. So I'll set this aside, and here we go. Traversing the Unknown, a guide and creator commentary. I think you can see that fairly well. I love the fall tones on this. This would be a perfect deck for around Samhain, I think. Traversing the Unknown, a creator commentary and guidebook for the Tarot of the Unknown by Christopher Smith. And we have published in Savannah, Georgia, 2020, November. It says first printing, but this is actually the final printing according to the creator. And here, oh, look at that. Isn't that fabulous? Now, ask me not why this side is upside down, but 'tis. Beautiful cartoon. I love this cartoon. We don't have tons. Let's see, what does it say? We don't have time for this. What do you think of this one? It looks pretty old to me. Yeah, only one to go. You know, this will go faster if you help. Why are we... reading upside down is not my forte. I'll turn it around. Why are we doing this again? It's a surprise. I found one! Hooray! Now what? This is a pretty good game. Playing two old cats. Okay. Out of context? I have no idea. So this is the final artwork layout for the exclusive risographed mini comic that came as a stretch goal with the second printing. Each one hand numbered, cut, and folded by me. It was so much fun to craft the story with these characters. This I did not receive. So, my journey. Let me read this briefly for you. I've been living in the unknown for almost 3 years. It was January 28th, 2018 when I posted the first tarot card, the Beast. It had been done on a whim based on an Instagram prompt. And since I'd started creating some over the garden wall fan art, the natural step was to combine them. Given that my following was at the time, given what my following was at the time, the reaction and response amazed me. Folks urged me to create more. I obliged, finishing the Greg, the Wort, the Fish Page of Wands, the Woodsman over the next few months. Interest grew. What I took to be a fun little thing became something so much more, as there were more requests and for more designs, more cards, a full deck. An entire deck scared me, honestly. Even focusing on the major arcana, it took almost a year to complete. By that time, my daughter was born, and I figured that there was no way that I'd be able to do any more than I had. However, the time didn't matter. You wanted the full 78 card deck, even if it took years. Turns out, the combination of finally upgrading to an iPad and having a 6-month-old meant hours of sitting with her in her room, drawing and playing with the drawing and changing diapers and drawing. While the major arcana took me more than a year, the minor took 4 months. So, this is the style of art for the deck. And using Kickstarter to get the initial funds, the first edition of the Tarot of the Unknown took off, went well beyond the funding goal, and even drew the attention of Over the Garden Wall's creator, Patrick McHale, and voice actor Elijah Wood. Definitely one of the cooler moments of my life. The first edition started shipping in August of 2019. By January of 2020, it was sold out. I was sold out. Not a day went by I didn't get a request for a new printing. I debated for months, but ultimately caved, shaping a second printing. However, I wanted it to be its own thing, have its own life and tone and style. With redesigned card backings and box, I threw in a new batch of nonsense to accompany the cards. The Kickstarter ran in April, was funded, and cards were started shipping mid-July. September saw the last go, and already there were requests for more. Like last time, the farewell printing wasn't a repeat of the other editions. Once again, I redesigned the card backings, the box, and decided it might be time to create this little commentary guidebook. This is all meant to be a closure on the creation and journey. It's one that I never intended, expected, or thought would happen, but I suppose that many of the best journeys happen in that fashion. I've enjoyed my time with the unknown. I've met many and awesome folk there, overcome trials, been surprised by its kindness and terror and wonder. I've come out the other side as a different person, one that feels support of others more deeply and knows that big projects can be completed, even if they take years to do so. But like the Greg and Wort, it's time for me to leave, to grow, and face the new unknown. Chris Smith, September 2020, Savannah, Georgia. So, then we have a description of the decks, the first printing, the second printing, and this third printing, and final printing according to the creator. And we have some Easter eggs. Let's see, what is that? While I don't want to spend too much time here or point out all the deck secrets, I did want to highlight a few of the little nods to the show that I included in the deck. Empress Marguerite, the trees in the background have been modeled after those in her and Endicott's gardens. Back in there. Lorna, to keep true to the original, I made sure to include the crown and the mitre among the skulls littering the ground. Okay, so this is card 13, which would be death. Okay, so I'll look through the actual deck, and I unfortunately do not know the cartoon work or the graphic artwork that this is based on, but I love the style. I absolutely adore the style. So you can see descriptions of the cards in brief. They're not very in-depth descriptions, but let's see. Yasun Funderbecker has done good. He's done good, bringing joy and happiness. Even when you think you're about to be arrested, reversed. Okay. So, yeah, there's not much description of the art in the cards, but enough. Yeah, we have Okay, so we have axes as one suit, looking like the swords. We have wands being, I suppose, the wands. We have the pentacles being the pentacles, or the coins or discs. And we have cups being the cups, small Dixie plastic cups. And then we have a few layouts, which is always nice to have. Unknown Cross, Adelaide Parade, a 3-card spread. And then we have thank you from the creator, Chris, the Chris. And if you get the deck, you can read this. But let me read about the author a little bit. Chris hails from Savannah, Georgia, where he lives with his wife, 2 kids, and 2 cats. He tends to work too hard and burn the candle at both ends, something like his wand being a candle burning at both ends, similar to the magician. He tends to, while his brain keeps thinking up new projects well before the old projects are finished. He's often distracted by video games and is usually found with a Dr. Pepper at hand. Among many other fandoms and things, Chris loves Scott Pilgrim, Miyazaki films, I do too, movies in general, Disney, Invader Zim, and one of his favorite video games, Lumines. He is also hard at work building Quarter Press, his indie publishing house. Well, that should be interesting. I wonder if he's going to do any other tarot-related stuff, or who knows, an oracle. You can find more of his work at www.quarterpress.com on Instagram, and at QuarterPressPics on Instagram. Okay, and then there are some blank pages for your notes, and the back of the book. The book is a soft, light-touched rose petal finish. It's lovely. So, the colors of the deck are very fall to me, which is good. It's wonderful. It's good to have a fall deck. Now, let's look at the deck. Here is the bag. Let me pull it out of the bag. And, there's something in, there are a couple of things inside the bag. Okay, so here's the deck and a pouch and a card and a pin. Okay, so this will go nicely on my pin jacket. Let's see, let me take it out of the pouch so you can see it more clearly and put it on top of the deck briefly for you to peek at, because he's a cute little card. He's a cute little image. Let's see. Let me do it this way. So, there's the pin. He's going to look lovely on my jacket. Okay, so that's the pin. And here is a card. My divine thanks to you. Yeah, a thank you card. Nice and small. I'll put the bag here for now because I love this bag. And open up the pouch. What's in here? My guess is stickers. Let's see. Stickers? Maybe, maybe not. Let's see. It will open. Here we go. It's open. And it is as anticipated or not. Stickers. Okay, come out of the pouch, you little monsters. I say that in the most loving terms. Okay, there. Here's one. Yes, a sticker. One sticker. Oh, cute. Very cute. Okay, yes, stickers. The stickers were stuck. So here's one sticker of, I assume, a character from the deck. And here's another. Follow me into the unknown. A very thick vinyl sticker. Very durable. This is a thinner one, but also adorable. And I think that's... Oh, there's one more. Okay, what is this? Lucky numbers. Okay, so I have lucky numbers in the deck. And another small sticker. 2016 Quarter Press. So, very nice. Very, very nice. And let's look at the box. The box is sturdy. Magnetic closure. My favorite kind of box. Tarot of the Unknown Farewell printing. The color tones of this deck, oh, I love it. I love it already. Look at the inside of this box. A signature. It's the lengths we go for the ones we love. So, yes, this is a cartoon art deck, which I don't really have many in my collection. Let's look at the inside of the box. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. I think I would put it on top of the deck. Let's see. Maybe bring it a little closer to the camera. Here we go. Led through the mist by the milk light of moon, all that was lost is revealed. But where have we come, and where shall we end? Excellent questions. But as you can see, this is a wonderful box. Very nicely made. Attention to detail is superb. And here we go with the deck itself. I'll take off the little plastic sleeve. So the Greg is clearly the Fool image. Let's see how well, oh, let me check. Let's look at the backs. These are the backs. I love this. Cartoon creepy, one of my favorite styles. I love this. Size. So this is a standard US Games tarot card, and it is just, I mean, it's about the same size. It's a hair wider and a hair taller. Yeah, a hair wider and a hair taller. But very easy size for most people, I believe, to shuffle. It is glossy. So that if that's a problem for you, then this could be a problem. It's glossy and a little bit slippy. But even though it is glossy, it looks like the images show up very nicely on camera. You can see that there is wonderful silver gilding on the sides, which is wonderful. The cardstock is thick. It's got a flexible core to it, which is nice. And again, let's flip it around and take a look at the cards one by one. Let me see if we need to zoom in a little bit. No, that looks fine to me. Looks fine to you too, doesn't it? If it doesn't, let me know. So we have 0, the Greg, also known as the Fool. Look at that cookie. Look at that puppy. It is too cute. I love the upturned teapot on his head for the hat. But we have the sun, we have the mountains, we have the cliff, and we have a signature here. I cannot read the signature right here. It looks like it says Robert, but the creator's name is not Robert. So, interesting. Let's move on. Here we have the Wort, the magician. Instead of a wand, we have a clarinet, but we've got all the tools here. As above, so below. We've got foliage above and below. We have a wand, a cup, a pentacle, and oh yes, there is the axe for the swords. Okay, so we've got it. It's all there. It's all in there. No lemniscate above. We have, oh, look at this High Beatrice. I love it. And T-O-M-E, I think it says tome on her scroll, her sheet, her book, whatever that is. We have the curtain behind. We have the moon at her feet. We have an owl on her head instead of the moon with the crescents. But I mean, B and J, it's very, very Rider-Waite. Here we have Empress Marguerite, stars on her hair. We have the shield with the Venus symbol. We have the trees that he mentioned. Very, very much Rider-Waite. I don't see water in her card. This might be water, but it doesn't really look water-like to me. If you're a fan of his cartoon work, of his graphic novel, this would be a perfect deck for you. I'm going to have to go look at his other work because I love this style. Here we have Emperor Endicott. Yeah, we have ram's heads here. We have the mountains. Here's the signature in larger. Rando. Maybe Randall? I don't know. If you know, please tell me. I don't know this artist that well. I got the deck because I remember loving the art on Kickstarter and seeing that final kicked in my FOMO. Here we have Adelaide the Herophant. Okay, a female hierophant looking somewhat like grandma in her bed before the wolf arrives to me, but that's probably just me. But here we have her two little acolyte children. Here we have the lovers. Okay, well, interesting lovers, yeah? Don't ask me why he's in a gorilla suit. But we have an angel above. Now the sun shining. Very lovers-like. Here we have the chariot. Okay, here we have our fool in the chariot. You have the two different colored sphinxes. We don't have the canopy, but we do have a star on the teapot, the tea kettle. Anti-whispers. Okay, so this is card number 8. This would be strength. She is clearly calming, soothing this wild child at her feet. She's got the lemniscate above her head, which is good to see. Here we have the Woodsman, which would be the hermit. Lamp. No tree. There's the tree on his back. But no mountains in the background, right? But woodsmen are somewhat hermit-like, aren't they? Let's see. Here's the wheel of fortune. There's the wheel. Okay, so we have creatures. We got a bull creature. We've got a bullfish. We got a lionfish, looking a little more like a dragon to me. We have an eagle and an angel, and a little frog at the top, which is totally cute. But we have Taro. Yeah, we've got the Hebrew letters around. We've got the alchemic symbols around. We have justice. Look at that. Copper frog justice. I love it. I love it. Baton instead of a sword, but it fits better with the overall style of the image. We've got the periods at the end, which are somewhat pixie-like, right? And here we have the hanged man, which is the highwayman. Highwayman, okay. I don't really usually think of the hanged man as the culprit or the perpetrator, as some read the hanged man, but that works fine. We got the 4 created by the legs, yeah. We got the tree with some growth on it. Not a happy hanged man, but there we go. Here we have Lorna, the card 13, the death card. We've got the crown on the here. We have the bishop's mitre. I don't know what that is in her hand, but we have the flag with the flower, the white rose, which is normal on a death card in Rider-Waite-Smith, Pixie's art. Temperance. Oh, what a cute temperance card. But we have the sun in the back, yeah? We got 1 foot on land, 1 foot in the water. We got water flowing between 2 red Dixie cups. Very happy smile on Temperance's face. And here we have the beast. The beast instead of the devil, the beast. But we have the 2 little kids in chains on, tied up with vines to a tree post. We've got a lantern here, which is interesting, and a half moon, also very interesting. And this, if you can see, this is this, right? This image on the bag is this image on the devil card. And oh, look at that for the tower. Pumpkinhead. Now, the lightning bolt, we've got 2 characters jumping out of Pumpkinhead. We got a hat flying off instead of the top of the tower flying off, or the crown flying off. Here we have the star, or stara, the stara. Interesting, I love it. Water on both sides, 1 foot on land, 1 foot in the water. We got stars above. We got polka dots on her clothes. Wonderful. We got the tree. There's no ibis on the tree in this one. Here we go with the moon, face in the moon, half moon, 2 different kinds of dogs, one looking more domesticated than the other, a turtle coming out of the water instead of a crustacean. Instead of towers, we have trees, but we have the flames from above. the Yod. And here we have Yasun Funderberger. Yasun Funderberger. So we have sunflowers that look somewhat diseased, if you ask me, but they're very happy in their pocked up faces. We got a frog on a horse instead of a baby on a horse. We got a very happy sun. We got rays in different shapes. We got the soft wavy rays, and we got the sharp pointy rays. We got the wall. We got the sun in the morning and the moon at night. Okay, so moving right along to Judgment. See, it's a humorous deck. It inspires humor. We have Judgment, the angel blowing the trumpet. We got the flag with a clock on it, which is interesting. Yeah, it's time, maybe. It's time to wake up. And we have characters rising up from the pits. One, a pumpkin head. But we don't see one that looks childlike, which is fine for me. Does that look like wheat to you? It looks like wheat to me. And here we have the world. Okay, look at her. Her wand is huge, but she's there in her wreath, and she's dancing. More clothed, This is more child-friendly, perhaps. And actually, I think this would be a perfect card to read for children. Perfect deck to read for children. We got a happy lion, a happy bull. We got a cartoon eagle. We've got an angel. It's all in there. It's all in there. Everything you need. We got the way the wreath is wrapped, just like in Pixie's art. And here we have the Ace of Axes with the hand coming out from the clouds, and the crown on top, and the yods on the sides. And dead little trees in the background there. This is a dead little landscape. Okay, here we have, so we go right from the ace into the king, which is in interesting order. Let's just keep going through as it is. I don't recall the King of Swords having a lantern on his knee before. And he looks kind of wiped out, doesn't he? Butterfly, we have the butterflies. Butterfly on his hat. Okay, so we have the King of Axes. We have the Queen of Axes. Looking a little bit widow-like to me, which is not exactly how I read the card. I think of the Queen of Swords as the independent thinker, the witty thinker. But we see the birds in the air. We see the wind blowing the trees. We've got a little bit of foliage here. We've got the angel on her throne. Very, very Rider-Waite. Here we have the Knight of Axes, and he is in what looks like a westward bound prairie wagon, like the settlers might have used. That's just my first impression. So I don't know. I'm not sure what this would say to everybody. I'm not sure. This deck might not be for everybody, but I like it. I like it a lot. I love the expression on this horse's face. It's like, get going. Page of Axes. Now, he looks like he's up to no good to me, which is not how I usually see the Page of Axes, but he looks like he's out for mischief. How I see the Page of Swords, I should say. But his pose is just like Pixie's Page of Swords pose. You can see the clouds roiling in the background. We got birds in the air. We got trees blowing in the wind. It's all there. And the color palette, I've got to say, this color palette is lovely. It's antique-y, it's aged, it's very fall to me. And speaking of fall, we got fall-looking leaves on the Two of Axes, eyes closed, water a little bit rough in the background. Moon. We have the Three of Axes, Three of Swords right through the heart, right? But we got a tree here for support. And we got tears coming down from the clouds, raining tears. And here we have the Four of Axes. Now look at that. This is something that's not usual. Now, usually have a hand coming out with, I'm sorry, no, this is the Four of, okay, I'm sorry. I got confused for a moment with the Four of Cups. This is the Four of Swords. So so this is where the stained glass window is usually in the Rider-Waite-Smith in Pixie's art. And these four are, they're usually there up above, and here's one on the ground below. He's covered himself in leaves for warmth and protection. And here we have an angel appearing to him to his friend in a dream. I think this is perhaps a different person, a different character, which is interesting. Now, in Pixie's art, there's a little Pax writing in the stained glass window, which is not here, but doesn't need to be here. There are similarities, but the differences are also very interesting. Does this look like a cloak that's been pinned to the tree? I don't know. This doesn't look fully like, this looks like cloth to me, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so like I said, a very fall deck, right? And here we have the Five of Axes or Five of Swords. And yeah, now this is interesting. Usually this person is not tied to this person in the Rider-Waite. So this is an interesting addition of symbolism. But he's holding two, there are three axes he's collecting. The clouds are almost exactly the same shape. Here we go with the Six of Swords, and we have the ferryman, and we have the woman. There's no child with her, at least not that I see. But we have the six axes in the boat, and we have the rough water, we have the smooth water. We don't exactly see light in the distance, but we can assume that, right? Moving towards the smoother sailing waters. And here we have the Seven of Swords, sneaking away from the tents with five of the swords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are three there, trust me. And two left behind. Interesting. Here we have the Eight of Swords, just like the Rider-Waite. The eight axes are there surrounding her. She's bound up. Her eyes are closed. There's a castle in the background. Oops, sorry. There's water there at her feet, but she could possibly not use the axes as easily as the Rider-Waite-Smith lady could use the swords to cut herself free, but there's still that possibility. And they're interesting. These ties are extending down below her, which is fascinating. Okay, let's see what the Nine's going to look like. Okay, that looks a little scary. He's not exactly in bed like the Nine of Swords in Pixie's art, but here we have the axes up above him. He looks like he may have woken from a dream underneath this covering here. Now, I can see anxiety. I can see worry in this card very easily. And here we have the Ten of Swords. Instead of a person, there is a tree, but this tree is bleeding. This tree is bleeding black sap. We have dark above and light in the distance. So is this the dark covering the light, or is this the light in the distance about to bring a new day, a new dawn? I guess both are possible, right? Interesting. I look at how this yellow moves into this blackness. That's not just a flat black patch here. There's so much texture in this deck. And here, look at this green hand coming out of the clouds, offering us the wand. Okay, is that a good green hand or a bad green hand? I think you can decide. Look at the blood, or the sap, I should say. I'm sorry, sap, dripping from this card. And I wouldn't have noticed this so quickly if I hadn't noticed the sap, the black sap flowing from the Ten of Axes here. Interesting. Ace of Wands. Little period. And here we have the King of Wands. Very comfortable in the kingly pose on the kingly throne with a salamander here. We got a salamander there. We got salamanders eating their own tails up above the king. Oh, I'm sorry. These are probably lions. Some brown foliage on the wand, which is, it's good to see foliage on the wands. Here's the Queen of Wands with her cat. And we've got the sunflower, and we got the rod. But she's sitting in front of a desk. She looks kind of like a student to me in this pose and this outfit. I don't know. What do you think? Be interesting to see what the guidebook says. If they've put the queen in the student's pose. Interesting. The Knight of Wands, riding a deer, interestingly, and a possum. The variety of animals in this deck is beautiful. It's a lot of fun. And the knight holding the knight's wand up above. Very active, very active. The cute little button on his belly, holding his pants together. We have the Page of Wands, a fish. Now, that's interesting. I would never think of water and fish for a Page of Wands, but it works, I guess. Here we have this being the wand, I suppose. Interesting. So this is another one I'd like to look at the book for. And here we have the Two of Wands, yeah? The world usually is a globe being held in the hand, but here this froggy is holding a pipe of the world. But these are both supported, yeah? Choices, possibilities, and the three looking out the ships in the distance, just like a normal three. Little piggy with a little piggy tail poking out. Here we have the Four, looking very much like a marriage. There's no castle in the background, but there is abundance in the banner. And the banner is on which, interesting, the banner is, or the garland is tied to the two front, but wrapped around the two back wands, right? Interesting. And this looks more staged. You know how in Pixie's decks, there are some cards that are on natural settings, and there are some cards that are on platforms, very staged. We call them staged looking cards. And I don't recall that the Four is usually a staged card. Okay, I'm sorry. I've got my Rider-Waite right beside me. And let me just quickly see if I can find that card for comparison, because I might just be dreaming. Here's the Queen of Wands, which we just looked at. Here we have and it's going to be at the end of the deck, isn't it? Okay, come on, Four of Wands, come on, there we go. Okay, so here is Pixie's Four of Wands, which, okay, I guess you could see this, yeah, it's staged. It is staged a little bit, but there's much more of an exterior feel to me. This looks much more interior to me than this one does. But you can also see that there is the garland wrapped around the back two, connected to the front two, just like this. There are no additional people in this one. This couple looks much more connected, if you will, than this couple. Interesting. It'd be interesting to do a side-by-side of the two decks, a Rider-Waite and this deck. If you're interested, let me know in the comments below, and I'll do it for you. Here, maybe with the borderless, no, I'd probably do it with one of my other decks, because comparing a bordered deck to an unbordered deck would be well, we'll see. If you're interested, let me know. So here we have the Five of Wands, competition, a lot of fun, and a variety of animals. Yeah, we've got a raccoon, we've got, looks like a possum, a fox. I don't know what this is. It might be a pig. I'm not sure what these two guys are. Interesting. But it's good to have variety of characters here, just like in Pixie's art. Yeah. Here we have the Six of Wands, and look at her. She's wonderful, looking totally 1910s on riding in on this. Look at this. This is not a real horse, right? She is sitting on a prop horse, but she's got a little ribbon on her wand. We've got wands behind. She's looking very, very resplendent on her staged horse there. Now remember, Pixie's art was 1909 is the first deck published, I believe. So this looking 1909, 1910-ish is very appropriate, right? Here we have the Seven of Wands, and there she is, Ms. Kitty, fighting back the wands from below. And here we have the Eight of Wands, looking like a very Eight of Wands from Pixie's deck. Same angle, same number, same position. Here we have the Nine of Wands, the barrier behind, a little bit banged up, but not knocked down, right? And here we have the Ten of Wands, looking a little burdened, perhaps a little less burdened than in Pixie's deck. He doesn't look as hunched over, but he's nearing his home. He looks a little bit tuckered out. This looks like, now that's fun. This looks like a steamboat. A steamboat with the paddle wheel, which would suit the time frame and this outfit that he's wearing. I wonder what they'd use with all those trees on that steamboat. Is that to burn for steam? I don't think so. Usually they'd be using coal for that. Interesting. Very interesting. Here is the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, and look at that. Looks like the hand from the straw man in The Wizard of Oz to me. But here we have the hand reaching out. And notice that the vial on the pentacles. It's going to be the same throughout the deck, I believe. But here we have the garden gate, the path, the mountains behind, the shiny hand, the rays of light. Here we have the King of Pentacles, looking very kingly, holding up his pentacle and a guitar of all things. Interesting. But yeah, there he is on a watermelon. He's sitting on a watermelon, and he's sitting on a farm with cows in the background. And it looks like there are grapes here growing, perhaps. Some other, perhaps, flowers or fruit. Here we have the Queen of Pentacles, the ultimate nurturer, sitting on her watermelon throne, with roses above and a flower in her bonnet. Also in a very natural setting with abundance. A rabbit, I'm sorry, I almost said that in Korean. In Korean, this is toki. A toki, a rabbit. And here we have the Knight of Pentacles, a pumpkin on a turkey, holding his pentacle before him, or her. Little feather in their cap. Lovely. This deck will totally make me laugh. The Page of Pentacles, pentacle in hand, another pumpkin. Where am I going to plant this pentacle? Where am I going to make it grow? How am I going to study this pentacle? Wonderful. And the Two of Pentacles, balancing. We have a steamship in the waves. I'm not sure how well a steamship would fare in choppy seas, but there we go. Another one, and this one is a fishing boat with a fishing line in the water. This pumpkin is not blindfolded, right? See, there are no real humans some characters look more human than others, yeah? In the major arcana, a lot of the characters looked more human, but there are much fewer human-looking characters. In fact, I venture to say that I don't recall a human-looking character in the minor arcana. So diversity is covered, I believe. Three of Pentacles. Here we have the plans. Here we have someone that might be... I'm not sure. Is one courtly, one clericy? Can't really tell. This person might be clericy to me. Looks like perhaps a nun. Perhaps this person is more... Or maybe this is a cleric. I guess we get to choose. This person is more of a laborer, right? And the Pentacles here with the same vial. Here we have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, he's this little pumpkin with the city in the background. Yeah, high above, looking over at the city. Two pentacles at the feet, one in the hand, one above, looking very happy with their fortune. Oh, and then we have the destitute Five of Pentacles. Yeah, bones. Oh, poor things, poor things. But there's hope. And look at the grapes in the stained glass window here. And here we have the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, generosity. Is that a parsnip? Mr. Parsnip Head, Potato Head, and a Tomato Head? Interesting. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pentacles above. We have the balance. We have him giving to the potato, the tomato waiting for their turn. We got cucumber legs. So much fun, this deck. So much fun. Here we have the Seven of Pentacles. Now, pondering what has grown, how it has grown, how things are progressing. Taking a moment, taking a pause to evaluate and to also for patience. Here we have the worker pumpkin, yeah, the Eight of Pentacles, working on that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, working on that last eighth one, almost completed. And much larger than the other pentacles for some reason, but there you go. And they have a little city, a little town behind. And here we have the very, very sophisticated Nine of Pentacles with, I don't know if you can you see her bird? She's got her bird, she's got her pentacles, she's got her bonnet. She looks very satisfied with the manifestation, the wealth, or the material that she has created. Little castle out there and back. And here we have the Ten of Pentacles in the shape of the Tree of Life. And we have Grandpa Pumpkin. We have 2 turkeys instead of dogs. We have a pumpkin family there in the background. No other town outside there, but we have the interior of a home or a turkey roost. Here we have the Ace of Dixie Cups. But it's a fountain, yeah. We have a bird coming down like the Holy Spirit giving the Eucharist to humanity, but also symbolizing many other things, however you want to read it. There we have lilies in the water. And we have the King of Cups, looking very dapper, doesn't he? Or she. They are sitting on their throne. They've got an extra wand. They've got a cup. We got a fish over here in the background. We have a ship in a picture, but it's still a ship on rough waters. We have the Queen in the Queen's garb, crown on their head. This Queen's cup is covered, definitely. But this Queen is also in an easy chair, a recliner, which is wonderful. There's water in the background with somebody, it looks like somebody bathing in the water. They've got the cliff like usual, but not directly in the water, right? Here we have the Knight of Cups, looking a little, I don't know, to me looking a little less romantic than the standard Knight of Cups, looking like a very cute little child, something that I might have almost thought of as a Page of Cups, but this is the Knight of Cups. We have an electric outlet there, which is interesting. Maybe he needs to plug in, or she needs to plug in. We have a river in the background. We've got water there. This giraffe head is kind of has seen more erect days in the past, perhaps. Little wings on the neck. Okay, so here we have the Page of Cups. For some reason, the Page of Cups looks older than the Knight of Cups to me. But that's cool. We've got a duck. We've got a fish coming out of the Dixie cup. We've got a duck on their shirt. And it's interesting that now, okay, so we have a question. Is this fish coming from the cup, or is this fish in the picture behind? It's for us to decide, I believe. And here we have the Two of Cups, and I'm not so sure about this mask thing. I don't know, is this a relationship card or a Halloween card? But we've still got the winged lion above. We've got the snake, I forget the name of the symbol. I'm sure I'll put it in a little text thing at the bottom. But yeah, we've got joining, we've got combining here, we've got touching here, which is lovely, and a human. These two look the most human in the minors. Okay, so these look more human, I guess, than others. But let's see, we do have some variation of skin tone, a little bit. Three of Cups, we've got variations of ages, we got variations of clothing. We got a picture of harvest in the background. And here we have the Four of Cups. I'm sorry, the Four of Cups with that hand I was talking about coming out with the fourth cup. He looks very satisfied to me. This or she doesn't look like the disappointed or dissatisfied person that many people see in the Four of Cups. He or she looks very content where they are. Interesting. What is this person? Is this a pizza on the head? Don't know. Here we have the Five of Cups, two spilled cups, but there are cups being offered from behind. Perhaps, I wonder, does this person miss this person? Is that where that disappointment is coming? We got a cassette tape down here. Looks like the party has ended for the moment, or is at least on pause. Here we have the Six of Cups and flowers, yeah, offering one little cup to the other partner. We have the one person, this guy or girl, walking off into the distance. There is that extra person that a lot of people miss in the Six of Cups. We have the house, but the house is a picture in the house. And here we have the Seven of Cups, and instead of things coming out of the cups, she's drawing, which I like even better. But we've got the spirit-like creature, we've got the angel-like creature, we've got the snake, we've got the skull, we've got the diamond, we've got this is, I think, the dragon, we've got the castle. But I like the fact that this person is drawing on the cup. This person is actively creating their dreams. This is a more active cup card than is often seen. And here we have the Eight of Cups, and I'm going to my room instead of I'm going to my castle far away in the distance. I'm going to my room. I'm leaving you people. I love the cape and the lightning bolt on the cape. But definitely, it's time for me to leave. This party is done for me. So it looks like the cups is kind of the party suit, right? The party suit for the children. Another electric outlet. I wonder if I'm not getting much hits for what this could be in so many places. But here we have the card of usually satisfaction. This person in front of a row of 9 Dixie cups of whatever, punch. Maybe this person is a beer person, who knows? Looks like young for beer. I'm hoping it's punch. Here we have the 10 of cups with, look at that, the Dixie cups taped to a rainbow on the wall. That's so cute. But we have 2 people and then a very smaller person with a pet frog. And here is the creator card, the Chris, which was mentioned earlier. Little notebook, a cup, a pad, looks like another device here, books on the floor, cats to take care of, family in the background, but definitely looking very much like the magician. Very much like a magician. As above, so below. Lemniscate. Dreaming, thinking lemniscate. Candle burning on both ends. We've got a pentacle up there, a coin up there. So lovely. Okay, and then we have the extra card for the title card and that is the deck. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Before I ask you what you think, let me give you this thing a shuffle and see what we get and see how it shuffles. Yeah, I said this deck is flexible, but sometimes it can still be a little bit difficult to riffle shuffle. Okay, let's see. It's a thick deck. It is a fairly thick deck. And okay, it's a little difficult to riffle shuffle right off the bat, and yeah, bridging is not easy. Let's try that again. Bridging is not, So at least at first, you're going to need strong hands to riffle shuffle this deck. It's possible. It's definitely possible. The gilding does abrade my thumbs a little bit as I shuffle. But if you're not addicted to riffle shuffling as I am, that's not going to be a problem for you. Let's see what overhand feels like. Okay, that's very slippy. Very, very slippery. So for me, this is going to be a deck that wants breaking in because it does want to fly around on me. But it's not horrible. Let me try giving it one more overhand shuffle, and I'll pull a card and look at the book for us. Let's see, what is an energy or a thought or a message that would be beneficial for all of us today? What is a message that would be beneficial for all of us today? Let's do one more riffle, one more overhand. Whoa, okay, see, yeah, bridging, not easy for me yet. One more overhand. This is the way I usually do my overhands. I cut, then I do this, and then I do this, then I do this, and then I do that. Is that the way I learned? I don't remember. I learned to shuffle when I was so young, I do not remember. Okay, so let me pull a card. Here we go. Aren't the backs lovely? I love that. Could also be a good winter deck, right? I mean, look at this back. This back looks a little more wintry to me, but the fronts look fall, so both would work fine, I'm sure. Here we go. What is a message that would be beneficial for us to have today? And we have the Ace of Axes. Okay, lovely. Let's take a look at the book. What does the book say? Here we go with the Ace of Axes. The axes. And let's go for the ace. Where are you, ace? 10. Let's see. How is this thing organized? Here we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. Hein. Okay, let's see. I'm having a little bit of trouble here. Let's see, I do not see. Okay, we have axes. We have this, axes, a description. Then we start right off with 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, I don't see a 7. 8, 9, 10. So there are missing bits here. We have axes, then we have, okay, let's see. So at the back, okay, so I need to look. Maybe this is not a complete book, but rather a partial book. Let's see, cups. What do we have for cups? We have description of the cups, and we start with 2, 3, 4, 5, and no more. So, interesting. What's up with this book? I'm going to have to check out what's up with this book, like I said. But anyways, okay, so just looking at the card, yeah, Ace of Axes, the new thought, the new idea, the spark of knowledge, and also cutting through the clouds, cutting through the confusion that might be around us, but always being careful that the new thought is handled correctly, because even a new thought can be damaging if used incorrectly, if used violently. So, right thinking and allowing the new thought to appear for us, as always, beneficial. So friends, what do you think? It's a gorgeous deck. I'll need to look into this book a little bit more. But like I said, this is so Rider-Waite. I don't think you need a book if you're familiar with the Rider-Waite system to be able to read this deck easily with the addition of the elements that have been added to the cards. So friends, let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you feel like it, hit the like button. Share this with someone who might be interested in this kind of deck, which is a lovely deck, a beautiful deck, a fun deck. You heard me laughing a lot. And also, subscribe if you want to see when my content is uploaded. Hit the alarm bell. And friends, as always, I wish you love, joy, well-being, and pure awareness. Thank you.